Fuck it. 10 seconds, right? Don't care. All right, y'all. How's it going this week? If it's a Monday morning, you already know the forecast. It's going to be a shitstorm. First and foremost, just want to make sure I got my audio on, I can hear myself. Is the image choppy? Because I need you to see this intro. Last week, shit was choppy as fuck. Couldn't see my intro. I need you to see my intro. Oh yeah, just hit me in the chat real quick. I know you got one or two of y'all in here. Is my image choppy? Is the image clear? Can you see your boy? I know it's like maybe a 20, 30 second delay. I'll wait. Oh yes. Perfect visual. I can dig it. All right, y'all. As usual, there you go. There are your questions. We got a few of them to go through today. I gave you 4. Next week, I might do 5. I'm thinking about it. But right now, I want to make sure I get through this smooth broadcast. Okay? So without further ado, somebody roll that beautiful intro. I'm somebody. It's me. Right? Man, I've been waiting forever to show that shit. Well, for real though, man. I made it. I ain't want to display it too soon. That's why I just had the one little video I had for the show. But I want to show that off, man. I love that shit, man. That shit kept me going. Just watch. Some days I get up, have to make a little content, edit this, edit that, write that out. And I'm like, oh, boo hoo. I can't do nothing yet. I can't show nobody that yet. Just play it for myself real quick. I'm good. Because you already know. I'm not going to do that. Anyway, I'm going to drop facts. You can stop. No! Yo, when I get moderators, I'm gonna have moderators in my comments, in my chat, and they gonna slice people for those. Facts, check. The little check emoji too, you can throw that in there as well. Chims and fire at 100. Cause look, man, this is the real reason I don't like that shit. It's not cause I don't like the flattery. I love it. Shit, man, encourage your girl to do it a little bit. I love it. My thing is, niggas will agree to anything as long as it feel good hearing it. That's the feminized stuff. Man. Just cause a motherfucker say something to feel good, don't mean they said something that's good for you. I say that again. Just because a motherfucker say something that feel good, don't mean they said something that's good for you. Moderators, nigga. Moderators. Sometimes I be thinking, if I ever go to Japan, I'ma tell niggas that's my name. I'm just tell niggas, moderator. What's up? Yeah. If y'all niggas ain't watching Naruto, you don't get what I'm talking about. You gotta watch the whole thing. Man, there's too many episodes. But stop. You sit here and watch some other ridiculous show. Cognitive gonna check all y'all. Yeah, niggas gonna be asleep. Alright, look, this time I wanna start off the show as usual, man. It's gonna be a spotlight on spirit. People always in here talking about they mess with this deity, they mess with me sitting here examining or perceiving the world the same way these other motherfuckers do, okay? So check it out. We're gonna start it off right here, okay? The purpose go. There it is. Okay, here we go. As the sun sets on the gods of old, many have found new life and in new places, from the words we speak to the characters we know and love in stories today. Therefore, in an effort to make plain some of these gods, I'll start by asking a question. Who is Hypnos? Hypnos is the lord of sleep and a primordial deity within Greek mythology. He was the son of Nyx, goddess of night, which is well-known knowledge. However, there's speculation as to whether or not he had a father at all. If he did, that father was Erebus, lord of darkness, known for causing sleep with either a wave of his wand or a fanning of his feathered wings. Hypnos was said to live in a cave where no light could shine and no noise could penetrate, alongside his twin brother Thanatos, lord of death, and attended by his son Morpheus, lord of dreams. The cave that Hypnos slumbers in is located deep within the underworld. The entrance to the cave is clustered with poppy plants specifically, and other various sleep-inducing plants. He sleeps on an ebony wood-framed bed with a feather mattress and black curtains to block out the light. All the while, his son Morpheus is charged with making sure his father's sleep is not disturbed. In the Iliad, however, the author says that Hypnos lived on the island of Lemnos in the Aegean Sea. All things considered, he is usually depicted in a human form, with wings sprouting out of his temples, sometimes also with elaborately arranged hair. Hypnos, being a primordial deity, was by no stretch of the imagination uncommon to the Greek people. He is, however, most noted for two instances where he uses his power of sleep on Zeus, the ruler of Mount Olympus himself. In the first instance, Hera, the wife of Zeus, wanted to get revenge for his sacking of the city of Troy, which was actually destroyed by Hercules, but he's Zeus's son. To avenge Troy, Hera called upon Hypnos to put Zeus to sleep. Now, once Hypnos did just what he was asked, Hera unleashed angry winds on the oceans as Hercules attempted to sail home. Zeus, after he awoke, was enraged and sought to punish Hypnos. However, the god of sleep evaded Zeus by hiding with his mother Nyx. Zeus feared Mother Nyx, so Hypnos was able to avoid the confrontation that time. Now, the second case of trickery revolved around the Trojan War. Hera wanted to help one of the two rivaling armies to win the war. At the time, she was upset with her husband Zeus, so she came up with a plan. She decided she would dress herself in the scent of ambrosia in an attempt to seduce Zeus. She even fooled Aphrodite into giving her a charm that would ensure success in getting Zeus to fall for her. And the final piece of that puzzle was Hypnos. At first, Hypnos was reluctant. It wasn't until Hera mentioned Pasthea that Hypnos took interest. The promise of marriage made him reconsider. On top of that, Hera swore on the river Styx and in front of the gods of the underworld that Hypnos would most certainly receive that hand in marriage if he helped Hera. Hypnos obliged and the plan went into action. Hera seduced Zeus on the peak of Mount Ida, and as Zeus held Hera in his arms, Hypnos put him to sleep. Afterwards, Hypnos immediately traveled to convene with the god of the sea, Poseidon, and inform him that Zeus was asleep. That gave Poseidon plenty of time to help the side of the war that he and Hera were in support of. The best part of all this for Hypno is that Zeus never finds out about the second time. So, in conclusion, the word hypnosis comes directly from his name, Hypnos. The word euthanasia means good death and is a derivation of Thanatos, the lord of death. The condition of insomnia is named after Hypnos' counterpart in Rome, named Somnus. And lastly, the drug morphine is named after Morpheus, the shaper of dreams who slept in the poppy flowers outside of his father's cave. There we go. Yeah, one of the original toxic couples. Y'all here seducing, boy. But really, you start to read some of Zeus's mythology, man, he was out here slanging it to everything. Man, and you know, just in regular, typical Greek culture, look up Ganymede. That's his little servant. Let's stop. There was one story, he turned himself into an eagle or a bull and just went out there and got the cheeks from the girl straight out in the field. He just hiding among her cows, straight out there. Hey, Hey. But yeah, man. I tell people you got to know these older guys, man. You got to know their stories because you're not going to recognize them in their new forms. And you don't even know. See, don't eat them. You want to be able to recognize the manner in which deities exist. More especially if you're going to sit out here talking about, I'm a god, I'm a goddess, all this other stuff. Well, what does that really mean aside from something that's affirmational? Like, how do gods develop? How do they change? And then when they do change, how do you recognize it? Like one good book that they made into a show was American Gods. That's a good one. Even the show's not too bad. Shadow Moon is a terrible character. I hate him. Well, he probably wrote the character okay. I just hate the character. But yeah, check that one out too, because they have this wonderful little part where there's multiple Jesuses. All right? All of these deities, they have multiple forms, multiple expressions. Shiva, for instance. Nathraj is the dancing Shiva, the Shiva who dances the dance of destruction. But that's a completely different Shiva from the Shiva who's completely domesticated next to Durga. I mean, so just like you got Christ when he was a child versus Christ when he's on the cross. There's a correlation, yes, most certainly, but they're not the same. They're not the same form of the deity. All right. So also, you heard Thanatos. All right. Where do you think they got Thanos from? Okay. So it used to be Thanatos, now it's Thanos. 3,000 years ago. All right. 3,000 years ago. What were the characters that existed in the minds of men and women? Those were the deities. All right, they were used to shape how you perceive reality. Okay, another example I gave was back in Kemet in Egypt. You see all these texts that were attributed to Tehuti. You know, that was the author. Okay, Tehuti wrote this. Tehuti wrote this. Tehuti wrote this. Why? Because how they frame their reality, it wasn't based on, oh, look at me, I'm Peter and I wrote a book. No. Any type of knowledge that was going to be expressed came from Tehuti. All right, there's no need to muddle up the idea of what it is or how you perceive reality. Actually, there wasn't even a framework to muddle their reality in that way, where they would think to put Peter on there, because from the way they thought, that would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous, and it is. Well, depending on where you're trying to go and how far you want to go. How is God made? God's changed consistently. Exactly. It's because you're thinking, okay, Osiris is something that was out there and it just came and it came down and gave people the secrets. And no. The Osiris, that form of that particular idea or concept came from somebody's head. Yeah. This is how the priesthood is a tool the priesthood used to explain to the people in their community how things worked. Okay, not to say that the archetype of Osiris isn't a thing, but when you get to looking at the archetype itself, ain't no Osiris. Osiris is a cover, is a mask, is a container for the idea or the concept. More accurately, the archetype. Anyways, yeah, man, you got to check these guys. Check these guys. Morpheus, where'd he show up again? In the Matrix. What's he doing? Guiding Neo through the dreams. Man, please. There's a Pokemon named Hypnos. Pocket monsters. Check it out, man. See, you sitting here thinking, oh, look, this is just a fun cartoon, or this is a little bit of anime. I mean, yes, that, but 3,000 years ago, how did the deities exist in the minds of men and women? Just like this. So what are they doing now? You used to have a guy at a crossroads, right? A guy to travel. This nigga be walking on a dirt road. Don't nobody walk on a dirt road no more. But motherfuckers still travel. You see them tractor trailers out there on the expressway? I know there's a deity behind it. There's a deity behind everything, but it depends on how you're perceiving the world. See, it's not what you think, it's how you think. It's not what you think, it's how you think. Hell, if you want to, take some of that old Legba shit and put some jet engines on the back of his back. Hell, put them on the front. I don't care where you put them on his little hands, or like Hermes got them on his ankles. Look, upgrade the shit. Upgrade the shit. What is you? You're getting too caught up and impressed with your personality, the individual personality. Human is the lie. You want to talk about the ritual, the programming? Every one of those movies you watch, I don't care what they did to the black man or the black woman, or look, they're showing you in the movie. No, human is the lie. That's the ritual. You missed the double bluff. You missed the double bluff. It's human. It's human. Here, check this out. I'll explain it like this. If I walk up to you and I got a 1 minute clip of a woman being raped, right? 1 minute clip. And I say, hey man, watch this 1 minute clip of a woman being raped. You're going to be like, oh, grab them pearls. Oh my God, how dare you? How could you suggest such a thing? Okay, I get it. But now, if I took, let's say, 30 minutes of a wonderfully written story, and another 30 minutes of a wonderfully written story, and sandwiched it, you sit there for an hour and 1 minute and watch that thing that I wanted to show you originally. Easy. Easy. So don't get distracted by the sandwich bread. What a meat. What a meat. Human is the lie. Every single one of the movies you're looking at, human is the premises. I don't care how fast and smooth Hancock flying through the air, boy, he playing human. Whole time playing human. Even in his little relationship with the white lady, playing human. What, stop? Oh, hell yeah, y'all missed it, bro. Y'all missed it. Bobby Hemming was talking 20 years ago, talking about this shit is over. And y'all still trying to say the same thing. That was 20 years ago. What's going on right now? It's something different. I'm telling you. All right, I gotta shut up because this next segment is a little longer, probably about 8-9 minutes. If you gotta piss, just keep your little phone on, your screen on, watch the thing through. I'm posting a little bit later, but make sure you stick around. Make sure you stick around. The double bluff is real. The double bluff is real. I see it in the comments right here. The double bluff is real. I tell you niggas to watch Naruto. It's in the original Naruto, not even Shippuden. They tell you about the double bluff. You should already know this. The darkness is subtle. The darkness is subtle. The darkness is subtle. Here we go, y'all. Taking risks is a risky business. But as a male, to what degree? No, that's not the one I want to show you. Actually, you know what? Why not? Why not? Instead of the longer one, I'm going to hit this one for the males, okay? Gentlemen, this is for you, all right? Taking risks is a risky business. But as a male, to what degree is the risk worth the reward? I have 3 principles when it comes to masculine medicine. The first of those 3 is be willing to take an L. Said differently, be willing to receive, accept, and acknowledge a loss in your life. This isn't to suggest some sunny disposition on the idea of not winning, for some new claim at optimism in the face of adversity. This isn't meant as some type of affirmation or motivation. You're not going to win every time, probably not most times. Is it possible? Yeah. Probable? No. Everybody can't win. And people who say things like, I want to see everybody win, are either severely naive or being dishonest with themselves. What good would it be to win if everybody wins? It strips it of all its value. Just like the idea that everyone is beautiful. It strips beauty of any meaning that it has. And to be quite honest, claims like this are usually an attempt to avoid controversy or confrontation. An appearance of caring and kindness being used as a veil of cowardice. Said differently, anyone who is scared to be mean isn't really nice. They're cowards, posing as kind people. You see, courage isn't about the absence of fear. Fear has its place. Courage is making the choice to act in spite of that fear. One piece of advice I routinely give my clients is that you never know how far you can go unless you risk going too far. Especially for those people who claim this world is an illusion. Especially to those who claim to follow a path of spirit and not religion. Especially to those who seek to experience altered states of reality. How far is too far, and how would you know? Much of our fear comes from having to engage with the unknown, unexplored, and unclear. Basically, it amounts to a lack of information. Now, where would you find that information that you're lacking? In facing the thing that you're fearful of. Now, a lesser aspect of the first principle is play to win. It's very crucial to be able to take an L. That's the theory side. The practice side is play to win. You don't want to be playing, making an effort to avoid losses. You want to be playing, moving towards a win, and to hell with the losses. The losses are going to come even if you don't actively seek the win. Far too many people play out scenarios in their life where they are attempting to mitigate losses as opposed to actively moving towards the success. Even the brain, which is still part of the body, processes information from a different perspective, from escape and evasion versus pursuit and exploration. A man usually meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it. Face it, don't fake it. I be saying just vibing to the music. Just vibing to the music. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As for the gentlemen, have to come out with a little bit of masculine medicine, okay? And really, just to give you a little bit of roadmap of where I'm taking this whole masculinity thing. First things first is for the niggas to take their medicine, okay? That don't mean what you don't do the girly shit where you go, well, what about women? When I tell you some shit about dudes. Nah. The point of medicine is for you to take it. Not to take it together, for you to take it and to get better. All right. I'm gonna get more into the principles of exactly how this works. All right. But for now, here's a little medicine. I'm gonna dish out some medicine for a while before I start to get to solutions. Before I start to talk about managing misandry, all right, and the nature of women. That's a whole different thing. See, check this. Any motherfucker that's gonna come out their mouth and say misogyny, but then when you say something about misandry, they go, what's misandry? Done. You don't worry. Daddy's home. We're going to fix all of this. All right. So that's part of the masculine medicine. All right. I'm going to have the masculine medicine, the managing the misandry, and the method to the madness. Okay. There's going to be 3 phases to it. We got to go through all 3 though, but we have to start with masculine medicine. And here's another thing I wanted to just throw out because, I've been seeing it lately. Two things. One is the spiritual simping. I should have had the post pulled up so I could put the shit on the computer so you could see it. It's on my Instagram. I'd probably put it up here. But anyway, I did an Arius the Apprentice video. It's on YouTube as well. I think it might have been episode 2. There's only 5 episodes, but it was on the whole spiritual simping thing. See, motherfuckers sitting here trying to get some girls, and then sprinkle it with a little spirituality to try and ease the moral tension. Okay, like, look, bro, you want to go get some pussy? Just go get some pussy. You don't need to sprinkle a little spirituality on it. You're tainting the spiritual shit, okay? Everything on the planet has sex. Even minerals have sex. See, what are you talking about sex? And then check this out. Y'all want to get all yoni. That piece of chicken you had a yoni. What that roach you stepped on might have had a yoni. If it didn't have wings, it more than likely had a yoni. That motherfucker might have had a yoni too. You ain't worshiping it then. How about this? How about that ugly girl? Is that Devi energy? No, because you're simping and you're trying to make it spiritual. Fuck out of here, man. What's this shit say? Cleanse me with her that's what that nigga said. Cleanse me with her kundalini fire. Boy, you don't even know what kundalini is. Just say pussy. Yoni. Say pussy. I know that's what you want to say. Y'all niggas just being pussy don't want to say pussy. Fuck out of here. And see, as much as that post was out of this world, it's common. It's typical. It's not only typical in 2022, that shit's been typical. It's craziness, man. The chicken yoni. The chicken is a yoni. It's a yoni. See, man, and look, I said it in another video. Is it in this segment? It might have been in another segment. Anyways, look, as special as that yoni is, it don't do that special thing till that lingam come around. Y'all better recognize, man. Don't believe me, just watch. I'm gonna let you know. Just say pussy, man. It's okay. It's okay. Like you playing like God looking over your shoulder. That's some Christian shit again. Make sure you say yoni. Fuck out of here, man. Look, how about that hamburger you ate? You eat some veal? It's a delicious little baby cow. What happened to the yoni of the cow who just lost his baby? You ain't worried about that? Look, half of everything on the planet got a yoni. But you need to know the other half, otherwise the two can't complement each other. Y'all sitting here thinking white Jesus is all masculinity is. Man, you better chill out. Y'all better chill out. Daddy's home. Don't believe me, just watch. And this is the other thing I want to say real quick. I've been saying y'all need shirts. Yeah, we had that conversation the other day, man. Shirt worthy. Anyways, oh yeah, possible and probable. Okay. As males, you have to tap in to following and being guided by what's probable. Women, by their nature, they tend to go towards the possibility of a thing. Like she can have a 3% possibility that she meets Omarion or one of these other niggas out here and you know, he just loves her for her at the club and they go get married and fly to Dubai. You know, 3% chance. 3% chance. That's not even counting the other women she got to compete with. But, you know, once again, possibility over probability. And so she's following the possibility. You want a good example? Go watch Kevin Samuels. Every single show. Every single show. The women, they're saying the same thing. And when I say this, it's not to say women should be a different way. Not at all. They are the way they are, but that's what guys got to get. Because it's not going to make sense in the way we make sense. It's a different type of logic. I'm gonna make segments on it, I'm telling you. But look, this is what I want you to get for right now. The difference between what's possible and what's probable. You gotta get behind what's probable, okay? Because if you got only a 3% chance to get the thing you really, really want, maybe the thing you really, really want ain't realistic, okay? And once again, don't try and get women to be some other kind of way. You know, you call it accountability you want to, bruh. Slow down. We got medicine for you over here. Middle school and high school. Wait, I went to high school with Omarion. Was that nigga like 5'2"? All you gotta do is say, oh. I love it. It's not about the nail. Babe, I'm doing a segment on it. I already know. Yes, it's not about the nail. If y'all never even seen that, go watch it. And if your first thought is, what the fuck, these bitches are crazy. Okay, it's cool. I get it. But there's a method to the madness. I swear for Lord, there's a method to the madness. All right, y'all. Yeah, this next one. We're talking about outdated information. Let me check the scroll real quick. Did I? Yeah, I switched up 2 and 3. Hey, it is what it is, but you're going to get both of them, okay? I switched up 2 and 3. Make sure y'all take that L, gentlemen. Got to. It's part of the whole thing. Look, L, might get a win. Maybe. You're going to lose. It's okay, though. Possible and probable. You're going to lose. Anyway, outdated information. What am I talking about, man? I'm talking about a little bit of this melanin madness, man. That's all I can say, man. I'm gonna hit you with the melanin madness. That's what's going on. Niggas out here real hurt. They trying to tell you this, that, and the third. Don't believe me, just watch, man. Don't believe me, just watch. With the rise of personal spirituality, as opposed to the traditional cultural and religious direction, the wealth of occult information now available has gained considerable exposure and attention. My question, however, is whether or not the information that contemporary occultists are utilizing is actually up to date or may need some updating. The contemporary occult and spiritual communities have been growing very rapidly these days. More than ever, people are pouring out of the familiar bounds of their traditional cultures and religious frameworks. It has never been more in fashion to now declare yourself to have abandoned religion and to be spiritual. And really, what better time, right? We now have access to a wealth of profound and controversial information. Information thought to be lost to the vastness of time or hidden over the ages, now available to any and everyone. And you know, there's beauty in it. Out of nowhere, countless experts on various disciplines, even interdisciplinarians, began popping up all over the place in different subjects, including the occult and metaphysics. Astounding work, really. Self-educated scholars making amazing, extraordinary correspondences between the spiritual and sacred texts of old and the descriptions and discoveries of Western science in the contemporary time, seeking to explain and frame the fundamentals of reality, just as their ancestors had done countless times, but with the tools of Western science, revealing information about the nature of the biological world, from things like DNA, metabolism, and melanin, exposing secrets about the sun and the solar system, hell, the whole galaxy at large, from how the brain functions to quantum entanglement and other various symmetries of space-time, presenting to us spiritual framework where these elements are the fundamentals of reality, and by virtue of being that, the work of the occultist and spiritualist. Here, however, is where the problem arises. To anyone who cares to look, the consensus around physicists, both traditional and quantum, and in great number, know for a fact that the symmetries of space-time are not fundamental and are in fact emergent. Not only that, they've known it for the last 40 years, quite publicly. Said differently, the authors of the foundational metrics for the behavior of space-time have known that space-time is not fundamental to reality, but instead is emergent from whatever that fundamental reality actually is. Now, to be quite frank, the occult intellectuals have always known this. In fact, if you're familiar with any of my work, I talk about the emergent nature of the multiverse of space-time within the various densities of reality. The point here, though, isn't that space-time is emergent. The issue of note is that space-time is not fundamental, because if space-time is not fundamental, then it follows that the various objects and symmetries of space-time are not fundamental to reality as well. You see, Western science describes the behavior of fictional abstracts that are, at their root, arbitrary measurements. Said differently, irreducible representations for the symmetries of space-time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the descriptions and behaviors that Western science has uncovered are not both useful and approximate. These foundational metrics of space-time shape most every aspect of our everyday lives. That cannot be denied, and it's not the point that I'm trying to make. My point is that the foundational metrics of space-time, authored by Western science, are not fundamental to reality, and therefore cannot be the fundamentals for any spiritual framework. More especially, not in describing the work that an occultist is doing. Said differently, melanin is particulate matter. I don't care who you heard decided to put it in a spiritual framework or make it into a fundamental mechanism of the work that you're supposed to be doing. They are misguided. And not just melanin. DNA is not fundamental to reality. So upgrading your DNA, even if it was a thing you could do, is not occult or spiritual. All your God body garbage can go out the window. That God body is part of space-time. So upgrading it would not be the work that you're supposed to be doing. Honestly, a roach has just as much of a God body as a Homo sapien, so I don't want to see that raid can out when you're looking for divinity. Most of this God body stuff is barely occult today, and most certainly is not metaphysics. Really, scrap all the cellular biology, metabolism, quantum mechanics, and brain function that are in your spiritual frameworks. None of these concepts are based in the fundamental nature of reality. The directive of the occultist, more especially the solo practitioner, has been to go within. This does not mean going within cells, melanin, and brain function. None of those are fundamental to reality. Those are more aspects of the illusion of space-time. All the suns, planets, quasars, black holes, constellations, and galaxies. Same thing. Spiritual frameworks that tell you that you can become a sun or come from a distant star system are not capable of describing fundamental reality, and even if they were true, are simply deeper agreements to this dense matrix of illusion. It's not the planet, it's all of space-time. There are no elements of space-time that are capable of being fundamental to reality. The idea that you leave the physical world through the North Pole of the planet is ridiculous. Drop the magnetosphere stuff, guys. The idea that your dreams might be an exploration of your cellular and molecular biology is redundant. These are not fundamentals of reality. They are emergent properties of space-time that can be made into fundamental metrics if you measure them based on arbitrary standards, sure, but they are not the fundamentals of reality. If you for some reason cannot relinquish the Western mindset, the only place left in Western thinking and Western science where the metrics of space-time are not fundamental are the realm of the psychologist and the philosopher. So, are contemporary occultists using outdated information? Yes. Although, to be quite honest, I can understand how somebody can be swayed by hearing sciencey sounding words. Many people, unfortunately, even when they don't know it themselves, are looking for someone smarter than themselves that they can follow. As much new information is out there, there will always be vastly more misguided information, if not outright misinformation. Mostly because anybody can say whatever they want to in the current atmosphere, not only without any necessary validity, but because no one debates anymore. Because of this, the conversation has not, cannot, and will not move forward beyond being more motivational and inspirational. If you won't allow anyone else to question you, at least have the decency to honestly question yourself. And music is hitting, right? E the producer. E the producer. He hit him. That's little Pokemon. No, is that Pokemon or is that Zelda? No, it's Pokemon. That's Pokemon. Boy, it sound like I'm about to go to the Elite Four in that motherfucker, right? He made that shit smooth. He the producer, man. I gotta get like a credits reel, even though I don't know if people gonna watch the end of the video or the end of the broadcast, you know, because by the time credits roll, you're trying to switch to something else. But I get you. But just to let folks know, I done had like 3 different people. E the producer, Madman's got the on the waiting screen. He put the drums on the beat. He put the drums on the beat for me. And my cousin, Q-Side, he don't even go by that shit no more. That's an old ass name, man. But anyways, yeah, man, I love the beats, man. I love the beats, and I tried not to make them too overpowering, you know, overbearing, because I don't want them to drown out what I'm trying to say or what's going on. But yeah. Outdated information. Outdated information. Because look, check this out, okay? Let's say 5,000 years ago. Nah, because niggas wasn't that dumb. Maybe in the mountains of Europe. I don't even know if they was there 5,000 years ago. I'll give them 5,000 years ago, okay? I'll give them 5,000 years ago. The caves of Europe in the mountains. It was an occult idea, all right, that the wind wasn't some ghostly, etherical being, you know? It was an occult idea. Everybody knew the wind is Zephyrim, and it's come to do this and that, and that's what everybody knew. All right, today's age, that's not occult information. The idea that of what the wind is and how it works isn't occult. All right, now its metaphysical correlation beyond space and time, maybe even the idea of beyond space and time is not that much of an occult idea anymore. Western scientists are starting to map out the behavior of time-space. See, I've been talking about time-space for a minute, y'all. It's not as occult. It's only as occult as what you consider mainstream, and what you consider mainstream is based on what you know. So y'all motherfuckers out here so impressed that you're not a Christian, you stop researching. You didn't say the magic word. You remember from Jurassic Park? Hell yeah. But look, man, drop the melanin stuff, bro. Bobby Hemming was talking about that 20 years ago. That was back before anybody knew anything about melanin. I'm going to tell you right now, anything with a complex nervous system has melanin. Anything with a complex nervous system has melanin. Why? It's an essential component of a complex nervous system. So even white folks, what you calling white folks, got melanin. It may not be the way you got it. And even then, it's particulate matter. The premises of your thinking cannot be in the physical realm. Yeah, sure, okay, maybe you can say it's the residue of something metaphysical, but that's a vague statement. What thing that is physical is not? So you didn't really even say anything. See? Come on, it's a redundant statement. Like, this is why I say the whole occult microbiology kind of thing is redundant. Because all of microbiology is an emergent property of space-time, and space-time as a whole is emergent. It's another emergent scenario. Okay, look at these aliens in this distant star system. Another space-time illusion. Okay, cool. It could be real. So what? So what? To go within is to go beyond this realm, this illusionary emergent realm of perception. Like this, check this out. I tell my clients this shit all the time. Your video game, right? You turn on a video game. There's a whole world in that motherfucker. To be more specific, there's the appearance of a place. Physical realm is the appearance of a place. It's not third dimension. Why not? Subtlety. Because to say it's the third dimension would imply dimensionality starts with the physical realm, and it does not. Why? Because the physical realm is the residue. It is the final output. It's shit. It can't be where it begins. Dimensionality starts in the primordial realm. See, I used to say metaverse because based upon the prefixes and the root word, that's what you're talking about. Here comes Zuckerberg. Here comes Zuckerberg. Was that nigga Aries? What did Aries just say? Oh, hell no. We're changing the name right now. We're going to distract the fuck out these niggas. And you think that's the metaverse. And really, like, all y'all talking about, oh, I'm not doing the metaverse. I'm not doing the metaverse. You a lie. Watch. I mean, as much as your phone is on you all the time, well, you ain't gonna hit me with a chip and track me. You carry it around everywhere. You carry it everywhere. Oh, I don't watch TV. You watch YouTube and Netflix. But stop. Same difference. Stop being impressed. Stop thinking you on the cutting edge and you the niggas ahead of everybody. Because you're gonna get real mad when you see me. Not only am I ahead of all of you niggas in this, but I'm gonna walk into your field and start to beat you. Nonchalantly. Because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Oh, God. It's okay, though. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. All right, what time we got? 9:43. We making good time, man. We making good time. Only about an hour. Ain't gonna take up too much of your day. If you can watch a 7-hour panic talk where he tells you the same stories he's told you forever, you can stick around for an hour. Okay, look, Travis be talking to folks for the longest, bro. This man is a saint. I couldn't do it, but y'all can listen. If you can listen to that, an hour. That's all I got for you, man. Hey, it's a little shower of shit. Little shower of shit. I just hopped out the metaverse to catch this stream. Heck yeah, look, pretty soon I'm gonna have a stream in the metaverse, man. I'm going global. For real. I'm about to have the stream in the metaverse. Don't believe me, just watch. Oh yeah, this is the other thing I wanted to say. Let me see if I can get the slide to come up. Let's see. It's gonna come up over here. I'm gonna set up a Gilded server. Gilded is like Discord, but there's better features. If you don't know what Discord is, it's a community creating application or program that gamers been using. And see, this whole gaming thing, that's what's opening up this metaverse to people. There you go. no, this way. No, this way. This way. There we go. I'm setting up a Gilded server, okay? I'm gonna have access to all this stuff, all my videos and content, just in case YouTube goes down. It connects directly to my Odyssey videos. If you don't know what Odyssey is, it's a front end for another protocol called LBRY, which is library. Some people say it's a YouTube alternative. I say it's better than that. It's blockchain based. So the shit's never gonna go away. Never gonna go away. You may be able to destroy the front end, but you can't destroy the actual protocol. It's like email. Who's gonna destroy email? If you don't know what these things are, you don't know what a protocol is, if you have never gotten into crypto, ain't looked at none of the blockchain stuff, you're behind. I'm telling you right now. But anyways, I'm gonna set up a Gilded server. I'm gonna start doing all my stuff through there. I'm gonna have all the lives I do through there. I may even eventually stream the broadcast through there. So I'm working on that. I'm also working on the aspect to have people come in and call in and talk and say what they like to say, you know? Please, give me the smoke. Give me the smoke, St. Trav. What's up? Get this man an island. I am lacking with the metaverse shit. Hey, man. Hey, look, you ain't the only one, but I'm going to tell you what. Just like in the zombie movie, I ain't got to beat everybody. Just the niggas who losing. So, hey, don't get too hurt that you're behind, because you're behind. Just make sure you catch up. Enough not to get eaten. Yeah, I still have coffee. I've been refilling it. All right, what's the last thing we talking about today? Oh yeah. Why talk to a shrink at all, right? One of my aliases is the Spirit Shrink. Some of you may know me as that on Instagram. Look, show them the segment. Show them the segment. Show them the segment, because I'm just gonna be talking. Just be talking about it. Don't believe me? Just watch. Essentially, I'm a consultant. However, more often than not, my services call for the role of a shrink. That's where my clients' needs end up being the greatest. All that being said, what's the point of ever talking to a shrink? With the latest exodus from Western thinking and ideals, but really, religion and culture in general, many now feel liberated, proclaiming that the content of cultures and religions are false, and that the keys to the mysteries of life and the psyche are at hand for those willing to seek, shedding labels like Christian or Catholic, and setting out on the path of self-mastery alone. For the most part, I'd agree with this. You don't need religion and cultural traditions in order to either simply commune with the divine or fully embody such. The old frameworks of Western thought, and honestly, humanity at large, are no longer sufficient to encompass the basic ideas that contemporary men and women now hold as true. As it currently stands, Western psychology is the final frontier for Western thought beyond the bounds of the material. And even there, their idea of what the essence and the nature of reality and the self are results in short-sighted boundaries of conception. Said differently, Western science erroneously presumes a disconnect between source and self with the idea of a human. This isn't something that's always been around, it's new. There's never a time when man was not, but human, that's some new shit. The idea conceives of a singular being reduced simply to a clever animal on a floating rock. Even though the science doesn't add up to that, human is presumed. Now, does that mean that you don't need to talk to anybody about what you're going through and doing on your journey? Fuck no. Of course they got it wrong and you learn from them. That doesn't mean you're correct simply because you abandon an old label. There are very few who walk this path. Even fewer yet who do it effectively, and even fewer yet who can articulate the practice and theory of this work outside of the scope of the typical human ideals and Western framing. What you need is someone who's not going to simply take your money and spend an hour complimenting and motivating you. You could have done that with Jesus. If you ever talk to anyone at all, what you need is somebody who is competent and experienced with the reality that you are pursuing. And honestly, then that brings up the question of should you talk to anyone ever at all about what you're doing, especially as a solo practitioner. There are times when the flourishing concepts of the psyche need to be pruned back. to aid in getting a better view of exactly what it is you have growing in there. Simply having leaves in your garden doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. You got to get in there and figure out exactly what it is you are and have been cultivating. I look at it like this. You've been learning a lot of new information. And to be quite frank, much of it is from either archaic, outdated, or fragmented sources of information. All this results to, at best, a low resolution image. Honestly, it's better than absolutely no resolution on the image. And that is, and always will be, the vast majority of the planet. Oh, but you're not like them. Or so you say. Remember, human is the lie. As a metaphysician and psychospiritual consultant, I like to look at it this way. Dialogue is a form of symbiotic mental hygiene. My clients end up talking to me about things they have never spoken to with anyone else, or even couldn't, getting a chance to explore their own thinking in ways they didn't realize they had been neglecting. Simply by undergoing the consultation, they were making space within themselves. With Corporeal Chaos Consulting, I tailor my services to males specifically. We usually don't have the same inclination as females to seek out anything that looks like help, more especially if it would imply our weakness to ourselves and anyone else. And it's not an insecurity, it's a natural defense. It's necessary. It's not a bug in the system, it's a feature. We are social creatures in this flesh, and I think that's underappreciated by a lot of people, more especially in the spiritual and occult realm, who say they want to rise above humanity, escape the physical world. In an effort to get to wherever it is they think they're supposed to be going, they throw the baby out with the bathwater, and the baby was the whole point of even having bathwater in the first place. The devil's in the details. This is my point. Dialogue is a necessity. However, you don't want to drown yourself in your own inner dialogue. Okay, so I won't beat the dead horse anymore. I'll just leave you with this, okay? If you won't get help here, do get it somewhere. It's bobbing on the beats, man. All right. Yeah. If you don't get help here, get it somewhere. And if you think you need no help, you probably need the most. I'm telling you. What? You steady thinking I'm not talking about you. Like, you missed the point of the exercise. Ain't no way I'm not talking about you. But it's cool. You cool. I see you. I see you. I see you don't do what you do. Won't even tell you you're wrong. But look, check me out. All right. Now, I know a lot of people offer consulting services, okay? I am a consultant. I don't just offer the service. This is what I do. All right. That's why you're going to see the option for multiple calls, because I don't want to just give you a 1 hour pick my brain session. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's not consulting you. That's getting to talk to you. You get a little bit of engagement, a little sprinkle of engagement. No. I'm trying to get up in there. Like, let's say somebody came to your house to give you a consultation on the plumbing in your home. They're going to get up in there. And that's the point. You see, especially if we're having multiple calls on multiple days, that way we can track your progress through time. Imagine I talk to you for 1 day, 1 hour, and over the next week, a bunch of shit starts changing for you. You don't get to talk to me again. You don't get to put none of that into context. You don't get to reassess your bearings in terms of you navigating the experience. That's why we have multiple calls, to examine your change over time. Okay? Time is a factor of the created. God damn it. You have creation and you have the created. Christ is the savior of the Most High. It saves itself from itself. Okay? Otherwise, it may as well just be nothing. One may as well be zero. As infinite and omnipresent and potent as it is, it may as well be zero. Okay? After you hit 2, which is illusion, or said differently, the possibility to be something other than 1. Because at 1, there's no possibility to be anything other than 1 except nothing, which is 0. Listen to what I just said. You can go back and rewind it eventually. Okay? 2 is the possibility to be something other than 1. But once you get past that, now you have creation, which is 3. It's the first geometric shape to enclose the infinite potential on which 1 and 2 were mapped out. Points and lines, okay? It's the first shape to enclose that infinite potential. This is why the triune pattern is mind. However, creation is not the created. So what does the Most High do? It gives the world that it so loved. It didn't give the sun, it is the sun. It gives the world that it so loved. You take 3 plus 1, you get 4. That's the world, that's Earth. Not the planet, all of space-time, the lowest density. Okay, we're gonna get into this shit, man. We're gonna get into this. But this is what I'm telling you. I'm a consultant. Okay, so I don't just offer consulting services. This is what I do. See, everybody out here will say, "Oh, I have consultations." No, they have 1 hour pick my brain sessions. All right, like generally, man, when we hit this 3-call format, especially if you haven't talked to me before, the first call is mostly discovery. I need to hear you talk. I need to hear what's coming out of you. I need to hear what your questions are. And a lot of times, folk don't even have a question they want to ask yet. They got a bunch of feelings. They've never even spoken to anybody about this stuff, and it's jumbled. Perfectly natural. But see, if you got 1 hour to figure all that out and get your answers, well, you're done. You're not going to get nothing. You're just going to feel good from just saying everything you've been wanting to say for so long. We got a whole call devoted to that. All right? Easily. Why? Because after you say that, even if I say nothing for the whole call, even if I say nothing, you just getting all that out has changed you. And by next week, you ready to listen to somebody else. You ready. You may even have some new things you want to say. But with a 1 hour pick my brain session like most of these people are going to offer you, nope. And look, I'll even offer it to you. It's the bronze level because people love what's familiar to them. They don't want to listen to me. Niggas hate me. It's okay. I get it. Niggas hate me. But it's there for you. It's there for you if you want it. But I'm telling you, I would recommend the gold version. You got plenty of time. Because when I set you up for the consultation, especially if you got the gold version, bro, the afternoon is yours. Like I don't even really try to plan other things, so I'm packing in consultations. No, like I'll set it up so we can go over time to make sure we get out what we need to get out. Not on top of that, you even gonna get the recordings. And niggas don't listen to me, niggas hate me. I get it. They'll take a whole year to do what I told them to do. Like clockwork. Go back and listen to the recordings. Not to listen to me, but to listen to what you say, to listen to yourself. Because that's the biggest thing. Like when people say, oh, I can do all this all by myself, technically you're right. But how good are you at listening to you? You too impressed with yourself to even listen to you. You try to talk about what you telling niggas. But stop, y'all niggas is weak. What's this chat say? This shit was smooth as fuck. Hell yeah. Wholeness and compassion. Wholeness and compassion. Now, if you're paying me, I'll give you that. On the regular, I'm getting over the fact that I eat my kids. I gotta catch this again. I'm late. Hey, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna have it all up here. You can see it again. Rewind. I think you can even rewind it a little bit in YouTube. I don't know exactly how that works, but y'all can check it out. Y'all on that end. I love Papa shit. Babaloo. Fuck you talking about Babaloo. See, y'all don't even know, man. Y'all gotta dig into the deities, bro. Y'all gotta dig into it. You think you know because you consider yourself better than a Christian. I said it before. The dead niggas are on point. They just have a ceiling, a glass ceiling on their own comprehension. They came here not to get it. But if you were the one who's like, oh, I'm not a dead nigga, I'm above this, I'm woke, I'm conscious. You're supposed to be getting it. You're supposed to be here to get it. You don't, though. You don't. And I get it. It's cool, but only way you're going to get there is if you first admit that that's where you're at. It's okay. Ignorance is the precursor to knowledge. Before you know some shit, you got to not know. That's how it works. But you're too busy being impressed with yourself. Pride. Telling you, my kids are killing y'all. Killing y'all. I'm listening to my recording twice so far. There you go, Leah. There you go. See, folk don't be listening, man. I'm trying to tell them. They'll take a year. Nah, man, I ain't really listened to it. I gotta da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But stop. But stop. What you take serious? Not your spiritual shit, because you think you already get it enough. I get it. Lean in. She about to overlap all of y'all, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I don't know what you're looking at, Dawson. What you looking at, man? Can you explain 0 point or conscience without the Christ part? Or consciousness without the Christ part? Hold on, no. I can, but this is why I don't want to do that. Y'all niggas know this. It's like how the Egyptian pantheon didn't have penguins in it. And you asking me to come over here and explain it to you with a penguin in it. And I'm like, come on, bruh. I'm telling you, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. No, Christ was not someone who walked on the planet Earth. Christ is a concept based on the entire pantheon. Like I just explained it with the qualities of the quantities. I went from 0 to 3, just because I said the word savior. 3 saves 1 from itself. 3 is 1. If you've seen the Father, you've seen the Son. See, you gotta get what that stuff means. 0 point energy means it. You need to go to Western science if you want to understand 0 point energy, because it's another emergent property of space-time. It's another thing that you can do with space-time, and I'm not gonna say it is or isn't something else, but that's not going beyond necessarily. Okay, so I mean, dig into it, jump into it, see what you find, you know. But how about this? This is what I would say: comprehend the nature of 0 in terms of the other quantities and their qualities. For example, you're looking at a number line. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to wherever you want to go. I'd say stop at 12, but you know, it's an argument we can have. But 0 is the number line itself. If you got a piece of paper, you drawing points and lines, the paper itself is 0. It's the infinite potential. Okay. Now, if you take the boot camp, I jump into it a little bit more. I talk about different things. We're gonna talk about that a little later in the month once I make sure I got everything set up for the broadcast. But yeah, man, jump into the old archives, because I go through this without talking about Christ. But the thing is, I talk about the Christian stuff because that's what people know. They spend so much time running away from Christianity, trying to be something new, trying to, oh no, I reject that. It's not true. Okay, what's true? Well, you know, it's really superhuman spooky shit. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no superhuman spooky stuff, man. Ain't no superhuman spooky stuff. It's not what you think, it's how you think. All right, just because you color your deities chocolate and make them from Africa, don't mean you get it. Fuck. I'm trying to tell you. I didn't want to hear how full of shit I was. Of course you didn't. It's the whole being oppressed and stuff. And I get it, Kelvin. Kelvin's out here. He's like a fucking rock star, man. Show up on the scene. Look how impressive I am. Is that your girl? Yeah, I see her looking at me. I love it, dude. Very swell storm this morning. Oh yeah, you know the forecast. If it's a Monday morning, I say thanks. Should we humans even try to imagine infinity or eternity when we don't have the sense of truly see? Human is the lie. You want to talk about rituals? That's the ritual. I talked about it today. Human is the lie. Not Homo sapien. I can say Homo sapien. I didn't say Homo sapien. 3 times. No, it's not Homo sapien. That's the 4th time. Human is the lie. There's never a time when man was not. But human, that's some new shit. See, that was the whole controversy about Serapis. If you don't know who Serapis is, if you ever played Skyrim, they got Talos. Same difference. Same Jesus shit. But see, the controversy was that with that shit, that the deities ever came to the planet. Like, fuck no. I don't care what video game you play or how deeply you metaverse goggle. You're never in that appearance of the world. In the world, but not of it. Come on, man. They told you all the shit in Christianity. But it wasn't what you were thinking. It was how you thought about those things. Not what you thought, how you thought. See, this is what I always say to everybody, man. What is you? Question or statement? Don't tell me, you get to decide. Don't tell me. Shoo. 0 is the gateway. Yeah, it depends on where you're coming from. Yeah. Check it out like this. Check it out like this. Because they'll tell you the triple blackness of space, right? That's not just a fancy name. That's not just a fancy name. That's triune, which is why it gives rise to the Trinity. 0 gives rise to 1, 1 is 3. You see the Father, you see the Son. 1 is the Father, Son is 3, Holy Spirit is 2. Like Christ is the only begotten Son of the Most High. Okay, to beget is a masculine term. So it's conceived, which is a feminine term, by the Holy Spirit. You put the two together, you have the divine child. Now, when it comes to 0 being a gateway, you have the great father, the great mother, and the great child, okay? The great child is the only aspect that actually goes 1 through 12. Or you can just say 1 through 3. I mean, it depends on how you want to chop it up. We can have the discussions about it. But yeah, that's the gateway part. Like the divine father is almost completely inert. Like when you think of infinite nothingness, that's what you're talking about, okay? It's infinite nothing. It's infinitely inert. All right. If you're familiar with Shiva and Shakti, all right, these are the first two aspects of the infinite, the triple blackness of space. Okay. Shiva, he's sitting there. Shakti is like the sound. Shiva controls the rhythm. You can have random sound. Random sound is not music. But when that random sound is entranced with the rhythm, then you have music, and then the dance begins. Otherwise, you're sitting there inert. Ain't no reason for me to get up. Little cricket sound. What the fuck is that? Oh, she in that. She in that music. Let me get up here this thing real quick and start the dance. I'm telling you, Shiv Shakti is. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me here. Go look it up. Go look it up. I'm not your research. I'm the nigga's gonna remind you you're not researching. Okay, go. Shiv Shakti is one being, and then if you don't know how that motherfucker worked there, you're not gonna recognize it nowhere else. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Boom, hit him. The mind makes the agreement. And see, there's different densities. This whole concept of the mind, because generally people will attribute mind to brain. All right, and brain don't even do the thinking. Oh my God, brain receives thinking. Anyways. Brain is a fancy piece of meat. It's a piece of flesh behind your eyeballs. Like roll your eyeballs around. There's a piece of flesh behind there controlling all this shit. Whispering little shit into your own psyche. See, I say the psyche. I don't like to say mind because the word is tainted. All right? Like people say God. Am I talking about the character or the position? The word's tainted, man. Energy. I fucking hate energy. Energy. Everything is energy. Like y'all motherfuckers find so many vague container words to try and describe your understanding of a thing, which is why you don't really get much further than human. Get the fuck out of here. It's okay. The devil's in the details. Daddy's home. Daddy's home. Like a nigga is hit with a Sharingan. What? See, Sharingan, that's physical world stuff, man. I'll throw you in the good jutsu. I don't have a problem with it. But it's the sixfold path shit that gets you. So can you see my shit? Can you see my shit? It's the sixfold. Sage of the sixfold, bro. I done told you. Sage of the sixfold. I'm running all that shit as easy. It's easy. If you got the sixfold, what's the sage sitting there? 7. What? Stop. Why not middle path up the tree? Let's talk about it. Oh, more trying to tap in the next week. I see you. Nigga. No, I'll jump in on. Because I'm gonna do the segment and it's gonna come out. Why don't you do the middle path? Why is the middle path redundant? Because you've already done it. It's like in Christianity. They have the past tense of Genesis and all the creation of shit. See, the Old Testament is the creation. The New Testament is how to live in it, okay? So you say, why don't I go back through Genesis? Because it's already done. You've already done it. A piece of fruit falls off the tree, right? It don't go back up the tree trunk to reach them same heights. The middle path is redundant. It's a description of what you've already done. Period. Anybody talking about the middle path is extra lazy. Get out of here. Now, I have seen some motherfuckers who are so neutral that it's almost biased. I love it. I fucking love it. Don't be fooled. Somebody might tell you some neutral shit. They got more to them than, some of them have more to them than you think. But other people are just using this shit to cover up the fact that they don't have an answer, but they want to continue to feel good about what they think. Okay? What they think, not how they think. Daddy get his plate first. Hell yeah, and a big piece of chicken. What you talking about? Elite meat. Head ass. Like a death metal band. Hell yeah. That's one girl. I remember I was on Instagram. Somebody Instagram live. I was talking about, yeah, Daddy, get the big piece of chicken. You gonna get whatever piece of chicken I got. That's why you eating your chicken by yourself. Lonely ass chicken. You gonna get whatever piece I get. Man, please. Why the fuck you ain't gonna give me? You want me to stick around? You give a fuck? Oh, you just too cool to give me the big piece of chicken. But stop with your lonely chicken. Skin falling off. But get out of here. Get down. So neutral that it's almost biased. I fucking love that shit, man. See, man. Once again, I thought I used to think I didn't like Trav. It's not that I don't like Trav. It's my same shit. I don't like my audience. I hate my audience. I hate you niggas so much sometimes. It's ridiculous. I ain't like Travis audience. But Trav, I see, I recognize it. Don't gotta get, I like the way Trav do it. Oh yeah. We moving forward, y'all, man. Alright, so check it like this. I gotta continue doing shit on, oh shit, a little face right here, a little sweaty face. You see that shit? Oh shit, little face. Boo, boo. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Skies are clearing up. Your boy is getting up out of here. Yeah, tune in next motherfucking week. I'm gonna have the Gilded server coming up. Hopefully throughout this month, I can figure out how to get guests on here so I can have some people come on here and talk their own little shit. You know, little CQC. Little CQC. You know what CQC is? You ever play Metal Gear Solid? CQC? Comments, questions, and concerns. Y'all have a fucking good one, man.